So let's start off with the reports and dashboards part of Salesforce. Salesforce allows you to create visually stunning reports and dashboards. So we can create reports on a single object or related object, and based on that, you can also create multiple dashboards. So let's start and understand how it works in Salesforce. So currently, what are the options? So in this module, you'll see what are the options available for creating, what are the sharing models on report. I hope you all remember the sharing modules, the private, public, read write, public read only, organization wide default, all that is applicable here. Describe the option. We'll also find out how to create and modify dashboards and what are report types. So in Salesforce reports, the major thing is, we have reports, dashboards, report types, and report folder. The reports are created based on report types. Report types will create for each and every object. And then you'll store them in report folders, and report folders are shared with particular users with access. So you can explicitly create folders and share it with users. And then dashboards are like one-time views, snapshots which are useful for making quick decisions. So that's how is the map of Salesforce. So reports and dashboards are built-in modules. They provide a 360-degree view state of the business. It's available for both standard and custom objects. You can customize the existing reports, and there are some available reports out of the box based on the best practices, but you can create your own report and report types. So the standard reports are always stored in this typical standard folder. Others are reports in new and store them in the personal folder. Any information that you can see through your apps and tabs. So now what are apps and tabs? Apps is a collection of tabs. Now based on your role hierarchy and your sharing, all the records will be having the same access, which is based on your OWD setting and sharing model. So where all you can see reports. Reports can be accessed from the reports tab as well as from the home page and tab of each standard object. Can be shown, you can have charts, you can store and run reports, you can create new folders. Basically, when you run a report, only 2000 records will be displayed. Up to the rest of the records, up to 65,000 records can be exported in Excel. By the way, if you want to see a report, you should have access to the report that is managed by the admin. So reports can be shared based on public for groups and role hierarchy. Basically, based on a role hierarchy and public groups, you can share. But remember that access to the folder where the report is stored is not the same as record sharing. Record sharing is working from internally, right? So that works on your admin, how the admin runs on this. Please note the difference between that. So you'll see access to the folders can be based on the sharing or enhanced model. So you have three accesses for a folder: viewer, editor, manager, and you can share it with the users. Viewers can what the viewer permission allows you to see the reports on the folder report content, refresh and run, edit, of course, manage, save and move and edit and delete. Manager, of course, can rename and control permissions of other folders. There are two folders: unified public and my custom report folders, always by default. Can be controlled and set up your access policies. Like there is something called as high assurance. So to secure your reports based on two-factor authentication. If access with standard assurance, one of the options can be selected. You can block the reports, raise the session level to high assurance, or even exporting. So this is something you can just look at it later. So this is the ways you can control a report access in additional to the folders. So what are the type of reports? The report types are what? We have tabular, which is like a nothing but a list, correct? Summary, nothing but a list. Summary is a summary list of records summarized and subtotals. You'll have a summary like opportunity, stage, account, etc. Matrix is you will have a grouping by column as well as by row. Now joined is now if you want to show different reports from different objects which are not related. So then you can use joined reports. So these are the three or four basic: table, summary, matrix, and join. Dashboard can be based only on summary and matrix and not on tabular reports. You can use report builder if you need to perform the following on existing reports. You can report the format, you can remove, change existing column, add charts, add a custom formula. You can do all that using the report builder. What you can do with report options is you can change the time, improve criteria, etc. So we look at this in the actual demo now. So there are multiple report folders already available for opportunity, accounts, admin, and you'll have for the custom objects. You can also create your own folders. Report types are the basic framework. Standard report types are already there. You can also join or automatically created when a new object is created and allow reporting checkbox. When you create a new object, you have allow reporting, allow activities. If you click on allow reporting, it will automatically create a report type for that object. You can join up to 3 custom and standard objects and can create a new custom report type. So that way you can create a related report types, and outer joins are also allowed. So this basically accounts with or without opportunities, students with or without marks. So those kind of stuff we can create. So this outlines the step to create a report type. Basically, you create a report type, select the object, include the fields, remove the fields that you don't want. And in case of a junction object, which is many-to-many relationship, there are some ways where you have two standard types are created, primary master and secondary master. So these are various ways in which you can create custom report types. Now, what are dashboards? Dashboards are available on tabs. Dashboards help you to display underlying reports in the form of charts. You can display the underlying reports in the form of chart, graphs, gauges, funnel, and view of pages. It can be made visible in the home page. You can have filters. Also, you can watch out if there is any additional data. Up to 10 options. Dashboards can be emailed and scheduled. You can schedule a dashboard refresh. Now, cases are getting resolved on a regular basis. Dynamic dashboards are dashboards that show data as per the current logged in user. You can assign, what the user will see. So that data will change as per the current login user access is allowed. So let's look at the demo. So for this, what we'll do is we will move to the lightning and we'll go to the, like say, if I was in classic, I would go to lightning experience and I will click on the reports tab first, and it shows all the reports that are available. So I have a couple of reports with me. So now let's create, first of all, let us see what is the report type. Let's see, go to setup. Let's start with the report type. So these are the custom report type, allows you to build a framework. Users can create. You can have choose a relationship for users creating and customizing. Yeah. So this way you can see the visibility in the report is controlled by the user's access to the objects in the report type. So for initially, before we actually create a new custom, there are existing report types already available. So now if you want to create all custom report types, there are, if you look also you can look at this is showing only custom report types. The standard report types are already there. So let's go to the report types and say create a new report type. And say the primary account is going to be accounts and opportunity. Another thing is before we go there, let's depending on that opportunity report, what we'll try to do is we'll try to first build an accounts and opportunity report with some products. Right now we may not have so many records. So with products, let's say, and we're going to select the folder category as accounts and contacts, store in category. So this we can ignore. So if you keep it in development, as I told you, it's going to be only available for your developers. If it deployed, it will be available for every user. But right now, since it's a development environment, it does not make a difference. It's always only single user. Typically, you should keep it in development. Okay, so accounts is the primary object. Now let's select an object, let's say opportunities, and let's also build another one which will have products. So what I'm doing is for all the accounts, I'm going to want to see the opportunities that I have and also want to see the products. That's it. So this can nest of multiple. So this is our so let's edit the layout. So we build the report type. So these are the fields which are available now. All right. So now let's go to the head for the report section. So here you can decide which reports within your object should be exposed to the report. So for that, we'll have to head to the reports tab, say reports. So what we have done is we have created a report type which is heading with account. It will show all the related opportunities of that account and all the products. So let's go click new report. So now if I go to the category account and contacts, yeah, accounts and opportunities which we just created, it will show us the report type. So we have selected that report type. So now it's going to show me the, now if you, this is the report builder. So at the left side panel, you have grouping. At the top, you have save and run. So if you want to see the fields, so this is the first one at the account. So we go to first and foremost, what we'll do is let's take an account name. So to see this, first let's run this. Currently, we don't have any fields added. So now what we can do is we can add fields to this. So account opportunity. Now let's drop this now. Opportunity name, opportunity amount. So let's drag the opportunity field now. And then let's move the expected revenue. And also, so first let's use these two instead of bringing the products. Now let us see this. Now let's save this record. Okay. New account report, opportunity report, save. So now what happens here is now we have created a tabular report. This is the first type of the report. Based on a report type, now we have created a tabular report. Now what it is showing us is the account name and the opportunity name. So we can add some grouping here. Now suppose we say first say account name. Let's group it by account name. So we can say account name. So now it's going to start grouping and it's going to show us the account. For each account, what is the opportunity and shows us the amount. So this is the first grouping that we have. Now becomes a type. This becomes a type summary because it gives a grouping. Now, if you want to create a matrix, you'll also have to have another group of columns. So for that, let us add another field to the report, which is the fiscal year or stage. Let's take the type. I'm going to select opportunity stage field, which is an important field. Let me just search for the opportunity stage. Yeah. So here we go. Let's pull this. So now the stage has come in. It shows us like, what stage, some value proposition or, so this is going to give us some additional one to work on the column. So in this column, we are going to, now we're going to make a matrix type of a report. So now the stage has got added. So under the needs analysis, it gives you a summary, and we can drop this particular field. Say now we have accounts opportunity sum, I think. Also, let's take this lost or one, which will help us identify the account further. It's not allowing me to add that. Let's see what it is. Let's remove the, I need to remove the grouping now and then go here and say account name. And I'm going to add the column stage. Yeah. So come back over here and see, if you see, it automatically sums up at the needs analysis level. So let me do one thing. What I'm trying to do is I need to remove the grouping here. So let me remove all the groupings, and I want to just keep one sum. Yeah, so we have expected revenue. That's fine. So we are grouping it on account name, and we are going to group it on stage again. And let's run this report now. Let's save the report. It's going to ask us for the same options and runs. So now if you see, it is going to show us the, group wise of, each account. It shows us the count, shows the amount, expected revenue under each stage. So it shows us the total number of details here. So we can also add a chart over here. So let's add a chart. So here it gives us like, if we add a chart, we have various options like display as pie chart, or so this gives us a UI like, which account has got the sum of the amount. So this gives us a summary. Citibank 7 is the major account that we have. This helps for a quick analysis, and there are some account others which are, so this way we can add charts to a report, and we can edit it further. You can filter this through all accounts. So like out of 38 you have won like 22 records, 22 one opportunities. So let's make this more, let's edit this further. So we don't want subtotals here, and we don't want the details. So now if we skip that settings, we only want the grand total, and we don't want the record counts also. So we'll just say subtotals and apply. So this rate takes out the details under each account. So it's going to say under prospecting, and also we can remove the subtotal. So under each stage, under value proposition, and we can also under each of the stages we'll see like what is the value, expected revenue, total. We can also do a particular change here. Now if we click on this, that's a drill down. Now suppose I want to see by stage. Okay, now it's showing me by account name. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to swap this to stage and accounts. We're going to stage and we swap the groups. I moved the stage and let's see. So we get more different information. So now this has changed. So now this is showing us the thing that is in the stage. So if you look at closed one, we have 3 million. If you see what is under negotiation, we see we have around this many amount. So this way, this is a very dynamic dashboard. So please go ahead and create this. Follow, stop, pause the video here and then proceed forward. Then we can proceed forward. Once you have practiced that, what we can do is we can create another report here and we'll say other reports. And we, as usual, will go back to a student master. So we say student master 2 and we'll save with student marks. So this is going to give us a, if you run the report, if you want any fields, additional fields, you got to drag it as you know. And from the student marks, we'd like to see like, what is the subject. Yeah, so now also again, we can add a group here by student name. So now we get a summary here. Let's run the record. Let's run the report here. So this report gives us like, a complete idea about like what is the student name and what is his marks in which per subject. So of course we can interchange the columns here in the, if we edit it. Let's also make a small, we don't need the subtotal. And this is making it much clearer and maybe we don't need the age too. So let's go back 18. Let's rearrange this report. So we have to remove the grouping for this. So you want to remove this column and move this one over here. So now if you run this, save and run this, we get this. So this way we can create n number of records and reports against standard as well as custom objects. Now let's build a dashboard based on the reports that we have built. So let's go to dashboard. So we created a couple of reports now, right? So we created an account, new account and opportunity report. Yeah, so let's build a dashboard based on this. So we go here, click on new dashboard. Now it's going to ask us like, new account and ops. We'll take the default folder for now, private dashboard. So it opens up opens us the dashboard components that we have. So let's add a component for that. So this new report we can select and it's going to ask us like, what is the kind of you want to do show like some close stage analysis. So you can select any of these options. Each of them comes with its own explanations. We'll select this one, which is the better one. So which also gives us the name of the account as well as the stage. So this is the first component. This component shows us like under this particular account, these are the stages, value stage. These are the ones which are stuck. So we can change it. So like say maybe we want a different kind of a name. Yeah. So it takes the underlying report and shows you the dashboard. So here you can give the permission. So whenever you view the dashboard, you can view it as another person, like any other user that you want. So you can see what data you can see because we have the sharing rules, right? So you can select. Also, they can allow the users. This is a security setting as to whom they want to see. Okay, if you allow that, so that is you need to know like what is the access that the user requires. If it's a manager, then you may have to enable this, not for all users. So let's save this dashboard. So later on we'll see how to add this. If you look at the homepage component, you can add it to the home pages. So now this dashboard. So you can also refresh. So you can refresh this. It latest data will. There is a restriction for this. So this way you create dashboards and you can refresh the data. If there is some data which changes at real time, it will be. Further things that you can do with this are you can also create your folders. So you can create new dashboard or new folders and say test one. And you can decide like what is the level of access you want to give to users. If you want to share this folder with whom, and what is the level of access, view, edit, manage. So they can do the changes to the underlying report in that. Who can access. So right now we already have another public default private folder. So this way you can create folders and store the report. When you save the report, you can store it to this particular folder and then that will get shared with those users. So here is where you do it. You can say share. You can either share it with the user or as usual with the rule groups, the same thing that you saw in the other screens. You can search users and the various access modes are view, edit and manage. So these are the various ways in which you can share it. So if you want to share it with Bob Smith and I want to say like I just want to give him the view access. So it's already shared with him now. And now if I go to my report, I can say, either I will share it here or let's move it to the, it is going to ask me which folder. Right now I'm going to keep it here. Otherwise I can move it to the new folder, test folder that is created. Okay. So this way the folders and then from the folder, the access can be controlled as view, manage or edit. So this way you share the access of the folders with the users. So please go ahead, practice this, create the dashboard. Then later on in the recreate the report and the dashboards. And then later on in the homepage part, you can see the how to add. When we create the lightning pages, you can see how to add the dashboard to a lightning component homepage. All right. See, like say for example, this home page is now configured to have a report. So we can edit this page. We have the separate section on lightning pages app builder. So that part will make it clear. But just to show you here, if I go here, I'll select this and I'm going to right now it's taking one already showing. Okay, because there is already a report here. If I remove this and click on report chart, there is some problem. So basically you can add it from here, but that's something we can see later. Okay, so it's covered in detail in the homepage lightning app builder part of it. Okay, so go ahead, practice the other part. We can proceed with the other topics later. So that's a brief about, what are the report types. You have tabular, summary, and matrix. Now another report type is join. Now suppose pause the video, complete the tabular, summary, matrix, and then come back to this point, and then we can proceed. Once you've completed whatever I have created, create the same ones, same kind of reports. But also one more after that, one more is we can create reports from different types of objects using join reports. So for that, we need to go back to report types, and we can say let's continue, create a new custom report type.